Welcome to the Featured Anime Podcast. I'm your host, Jack.
And I'm Rick.
And today we are going to be talking about Gate, which is a recommendation from Elf Daddy Girl Issues and Danner. Thank you guys for the wonderful recommendation. We truly appreciate it. But before that, we were actually getting into I'm Quitting Heroing because Rick wasn't here last week, so we were talking about that. And if you want to hear that wonderful conversation, you can go to patreon.com/featured anime podcast. $8 a month will get you access to that bonus content. And of course, if you want to, you can always join us live whenever we get together and we talk about the anime shows. We usually stream live on Twitch and on YouTube, but both are options for you. Of course, you can also use our affiliate links for Crunchyroll. Get yourself a discount off the store, or if you want, you can even get yourself a little bit of a free trial from Crunchyroll as well with our affiliate links. And of course, if you're hungry and you want to eat some nice, delicious snacks, or if you're not sure what to get that certain special someone, you know what also works? Tokyo Treats. And you know what? We just happen to have an affiliate link and a coupon code for you in the show notes. If you use coupon code Featured Anime with our affiliate link, you get $5 off that very first box. And trust me, those treats are delicious. I can't help but eat the whole box every single time. And of course, you can also go to shop.featuredanimepodcast.com and buy yourself some nice swanky swag and help support us like that too. That is also a very acceptable option. And now, onto the meat and potatoes. Gate Part 1 came out in July 2015 through September 2015. It is 12 episodes long. It is action, fantasy, military, isekai, and adventure. It's based off of a light novel. Studio 4 is A1 Pictures. A couple of producers for our Showgate Tokyo MX, BS11, ATX, just to name a couple of them. Gate begins basically in Japan, where a portal that looks like a kind of like a Greek building, in my personal opinion, building just like appears, a gate, if you will, appears in Tokyo's Ginza district, where an invading force of knights and monsters, basically from a medieval fantasy world, comes rolling into Japan and starts just attacking everyone just because they want to invade. For whatever reason, they didn't do any recon, and just, when you're going over there into a world you don't know, that's the first thing you do. Basically, though, the story follows Itami, a JSDF officer and a self-proclaimed otaku who ends up leading a reconnaissance team and going out into the world along with the rest of, or a nice chunk of the JSDF force, to inquire as to the world, try and also find out about the world, see what resources and materials are there for them, and ultimately, hopefully, be able to establish peace and understanding between the two worlds.
I mean, you got it.
Cool. All right.
Now, what's awesome.
I was going to say, well, I mean, like, since that's it, you know, why don't we...
Let's go for a rating. No, you've hit it on the head. Basically, this gate opens up and a army comes out, as you said. Thankfully, our main character doesn't really allow many casualties. I think 150 people did end up dying, but beyond that, there could have been so many more. You launched an invasion on an unsuspecting populace of unarmed people with orcs and goblins and monsters and
dragons and everything else.
Dragons, wyverns, and only 150 people died. I mean, yeah, even one was too much. Don't get me wrong, but as invasions go, that's a piss poor invasion,
right? Yeah. Well, you know, here's the thing, though. When you spend so long as the top guys on the block, right? When you're going around and you're like, hey, and I am, you know what? I'm Top Gun. We could do this. And you just go over there with your quote unquote overwhelming force. That's just peanuts compared to everyone else. Right?
Yeah.
In terms of modern technology and everything like that. So,
they were stuck in the Middle Ages at best.
Yeah. And So they end up getting a real healthy dosage of reality where everyone's like, oh, this is going to be your downfall and everything else. And it's like, the thing is, our world, that's kind of the mainstay for a majority of the countries, right? If you go after our citizens, we're going to go after you. And we're going to just
big time
hardcore.
retaliation.
Yeah, retaliation,
Well,
bit hardcore. But
here's the thing. Oh, go ahead.
But also at the exact same time, the overwhelming force that when you're staring them down, like at that point, it's like, bro, they had, after they came through, they literally built a city overnight, just about. And they're like, hey, bro, come at me. It's like night attacks don't work. Cavalry doesn't work. Dragons don't work. Anything coming through doesn't work. Arrows don't do anything. What do you got? Nothing. I'm 2 miles away. What happens? You're still dead.
It was abysmal.
Yes.
The way that they were able to figure out, let's say, the F around and find out that our world is able to produce.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
What I thought was quite interesting, though, moreover than anything else, is that the anime depicts Japan as the leader in compassion, I would say, because the Americans wanted for material gain. Britain, Soviet Union, all of the other world powers all wanted this rich resource, whereas Japan, up until the end of the 12th episode, was showing benevolence. Oh yeah, we have 6,000 people captured. We don't want anything in return. We just want to create a peaceful coexistence. And I was like, that would seem so jarring if your status quo was, okay, you've got my cousin, I'll give you this mountain of gold to get him back. And you're like, no, I'm good. I don't need it. It threw all of the politics in mayhem, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, for that world, definitely, for sure. But also at the exact same time, you have to remember that's not the only card that they're playing. That's not the only thing that they're doing. They're also playing it like, hey, there's certain standards and laws and regulations that we ourselves are being held to at the exact same time. So it's not really a like, hey, you just ransom me out for money. It's more along the lines of, hey, you can have your people back for sure. We don't want the money, but you gotta come to the table with something else in terms of negotiations and everything like that. You got to come up with something a little bit more than just money. Whereas for them, it's just going to be ransom out. It's like, no, this is not. We don't care about your money because your money doesn't exactly translate to money for us always, and we just want to make sure that we're getting what we need.
Yeah, I mean, and again, the way that they project it, this was the best possible outcome for this other world, because every other nation would have been like, not only are we not broadcasting this, we're putting a dome around it just like they did, but we're sending everything over there and we are taking over this world by force and all of its resources. I think, didn't they say it was like 3 or 4 times projected to be 3 or 4 times the natural resources that Earth had?
Yeah, I believe so. And the thing is, and I can kind of understand it because the other countries that they were showcasing, United States, China, and Russia, right? Obviously, the 3 big powerhouses right now in terms of country and military might and power. Japan does not have the military might or force to just expend and go send over there like that.
Yeah.
The other 3 literally can send the entirety of what Japan's entire force would be over there and have it be negligible at best.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even notice.
They wouldn't even send their A team. They'd send their like C team or D team.
They'd send the fresh recruits.
Yeah. It's like, we need you to go over there and get some training. Now here's
get some experience.
Right. So and that's why, in my opinion, why it's they're trying to give. They know what's going to end up coming if someone else comes in, so they want to broker that peace deal, because if it works out between them, it's beneficial for them. However, if it doesn't work out for them
Yeah.
and they get hoisted out of there, it's not going to be beneficial for the other people on the other side because it's just
for
domination.
anybody involved. Yeah, it'd be horrible.
And I'm not saying that
what
that's. I just want to clarify. I'm not saying that that's what would happen if in reality we went over there or Russia or anyone else. But at the exact same time, I'm pretty sure it would end up. I'm not saying. Okay, so there you go.
I was gonna say a brief look at our own history books. The more advanced civilization is very rarely benevolent, unless it's they're on a world stage. But even still, if the gate would have popped in any of the other countries, you could have kept it far more secret with far less effort. And you could expend 6-7 times the military force, and nobody would even notice. Nobody would even bat at an eye to realize that something was going on. But one of the things I thought was really, really funny and refreshing and awesome is our main character. I'm gonna butcher the name. I think it's Itsumi. Itsumi?
No, it's Itami.
Itami. I was close.
No,
there was
you
an
weren't.
E and an Ami. Anyway, so he's there, and you find out from other people exactly how kick-ass he actually is. And at first he's like, I'm just trying to be this normal guy who has his hobbies. I don't want to be here, but I'm here, and I can handle it. So let's get this done. And he puts in work, and he gets he gets recognized for it, even when he was like, I don't want it. Fine, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And then he goes into the other world, and you find out slowly but surely, not only is he just this one bad mamma jamma, he's special forces. And then he's also a Green Beret, and he's got all of these accolades that people spend their entire lives trying to gather. And he's like, it was the easiest way to do nothing.
Yeah.
Like I could go through training, fail out, and then be forced to go through training until I succeeded, or I could just succeed the first time and then do nothing. So I might as well just succeed the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And the reactions that some people have are just floored, flabbergasted by him. They're like, wait, well, what? Him? That guy, the guy that's lazy, the one that's an otaku, who literally says he works to support his hobby. His hobby comes first before his work. That guy, he's a Green Beret. He is a special forces, like the end all be all. That guy? It's like, yeah. Unbelievable.
Like, this is not fair. My highest aspiration is his throwaway to be lazy. Like, what bullshit? This is complete utter crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he does have an extreme case of slipperiness when he wants to. Like, he was confronted several times in a situation where he was unarmed and had a knife pointed at his throat, and he was just like, what's that over there? Gone. Distraction. Gone.
Yeah.
Please don't hurt me. I'm very weak. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, it's time. It is time. Let's do this thing.
Yep. And it's now going back to the show in general. It is honestly one of the better. It is a great show. It's a nice show to watch. It's really easy to get through. It is one that you do have to watch in order. So normally there are some shows where it's really easy or laid back where you don't have to watch it in order. This is one you kind of have to watch in order.
Yeah, you absolutely do.
So
you miss one, you miss some major plot points.
Yes.
Every episode seems to be important. Every episode there is fan service, but it's so light that it makes it part of the story, not the other way around,
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense that it's there, not spring break, let's go to the beach, instead of what they did here, which is appreciated.
Right. They had their like hotel or beach episode, but it was integrated into them just trying to hide, and just people end up getting murdered as a result of it, which again, it plays out to, again, the three other powers that really want to dive in on this and get that intel for everything that's going on. But also at the exact same time, this is a show that really kind of like points on, and CJ says Rory, she was very hungry, and she was very hungry, very, very hungry.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she was
Well,
960 years old.
yeah. Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing about Rory. She is really, really close to being a god,
Yes.
right? She's a
Yeah.
demigod currently.
Mhm.
She just has to live a little longer.
Yep.
Well, her thing is whenever there's a battle near, and she's got, what would you say, the body of like a 12-year-old?
13.
Maybe 14, 13, 14. Okay.
The official
she
age
stopped-
appearance is listed as 13. That's why I'm saying 13.
Fair enough. I wasn't going to fight you on it because I got nothing. But she stopped aging when she became, when she stopped aging, start on the path, or when she became a demigod? Because here's the thing: if she became a demigod,
yeah, well, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, you could say demigod, but yeah, she stopped aging
Or
when
apostle?
when she ascended to becoming a living deity. That's when she stopped aging. But
her thing is death. How much death did she have to go through? How many bodies did she have to leave in her wake by the age of 13 to be able to do that?
It's not that I don't feel like it's because of that she has to do
you
that.
think it's more of a religious thing? Her
yeah, because
her
she's
faith or devotion.
Yeah, she is, because she's an apostle, and she was a priest, and she even said, "These are my robes and everything. These are my religious robes and everything else."
No,
so it's not that she had to go through horrific things. She was just in training during that time frame, and then she ascended and became an apostle or a living deity that, in her words, can't die. And the drawback that she has, she said herself, is once I reach 1,000 years, I'll ascend to godhood, and I will shed. I can
assume
take on.
Whatever.
I can assume whatever form I want, but I will shed any earthly desires and things like that. So I'll have no desire for it.
Yeah. Well, the reason I bring all that up is her ability. Whenever she's able to feel fighting going on, death, so to speak. But because she's in a demigod state and she's an apostle, the dead souls flow through her, giving her either anticipation, sexual excitement, or anxiety, where she either has to participate or suffer.
Yes.
Probably due to her religion. Now, thing about that is like, how many people did she have to kill in her 9,000 years to maintain her devout thing? Because she was like, I wake up, I pray, I kill some people, I pray, I kill some more people, I pray, and then I go to sleep and I do it again. I was like, geez, if that's your daily, how is anybody still alive? How are people procreating at rates enough to sustain your slaughter for 9,000 years?
Well, it's not that she's going around killing people randomly or aimlessly. She's going around killing people who are just
unjust.
Unjust. Yes. So when she's going around doing that, she's exacting justice on them. So it's not that she's just like, oh, I'm going to go to this town, kill them all. Now I'm going to go to sleep. Because when you're first introduced to her, she's looking at bandits who just finished killing a person, who ransacked and were planning on going to a village to just take everything from the people that were trying to evacuate. And she's like, oh, well, isn't that nice? Now I get to kill you all.
Yeah, for unjust murder, for unjust and bad intentions. And she does clarify that the good intentions is what saved everyone else in the Japanese side from essentially being her next victims. Because she was like, no, you, those are good kills. We're good. We're solid. So,
and yeah. There are certain things and plot points in the show that are honestly kind of pivotal. I really personally enjoyed a lot of the aspects of the show, and the character depth and building that you have on this show is really
immaculate.
Top tier. It is great. It is one of the better side of things that's actually out there in terms of character development, because you're not just told about it in some like floozy kind of way where they're trying to build the character up to so that way he's really awesome because he's trying to portray he's really awesome. What they do the exact opposite in this one. It's like he's really awesome. No one knows it, but he's really awesome, and so they're gonna tell you about it, and then everyone like us is gonna have the exact same reaction, which I found very unique personally. I again going back to it, I love that they played on the mentality for it. I'm glad that they really showcased and talked about it after it was even brought up, after certain skills or ideologies were brought up. It was then referenced, talked about, showcased, and then talked about again later on. It's not like anything that was brought up in the show was brought up just for you to forget about it.
Yeah. No, it's the consistency is really, really refreshing. The it's not just a show to watch because it's there. It's a show to watch because it's good.
Yes. And they do play on the fact that a lot of people are infatuated and in love with cat girls and everything else, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, they made realistic reactions to everything.
Oh yes,
realistic excitement. It was
great.
I liked it. Yeah.
It was a very well done
Refreshing.
show. Yes, very well done show. That is for sure. I don't have too much more I feel like I could really talk about other than the fact that the animation was kind of on point for this. It was really well done.
Yeah.
The music was
They did
on
filter
point.
some CGI into it.
They did, but it wasn't poorly done.
It wasn't grotesque. I liked it.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing I will say about this is we've only really delved into 2, maybe 3 of the main 5 to 8 characters.
Yeah.
And they all have just as rich a backstory as we gave Rory. And oh crap, I was gonna say Izumi. That's not it.
Itami,
yes. They all have such rich backstories and they're pivotal. They're important. They're not throwaway characters. And so if we can go this far on just 2, then
yeah,
you should watch it.
you should. Yeah. And again, it's not just the reactions for people going over onto the other side of the gate. It's the reactions for everything that happens on Japan's side of the gate as well. So you get to see what people's reactions and ideology are behind it. And then the growth for those characters, even the side characters, you see the growth for them really just kind of takes off. So this in my personal opinion is a very well-rounded story. It is very neatly done. And they do give you backstory. And there are some episodes where it is backstory heavy, but it's done in the interest of moving the plot along, and it's not done distastefully.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. 100% agree with that. I look forward. I know we really haven't touched on what's about to happen because we got maybe up to episode 10, 11 maybe, and episode 12 is a nice kickoff for the second part of the season.
Yes, and that is the other thing. So the reason why we're splitting up this into 2 parts, part 1, part 2, for even though it is one season technically, is because there is actually a time gap in between season 1 or for season 1 between part 1 and part 2 of about 4 to 5 months, 6 months maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So figured we'd go ahead and just break it up into 2 different ones because they have such a lengthy amount of time in between the 2 parts. So
couldn't agree more.
All right. So, on a scale of up to 10, sir, how would you rate this? On a scale of up to 10?
For me, so I can't rate the whole series, the whole season, because it was broken into 2 parts.
I'm not asking you to rate the whole season. I'm asking you to rate for part 1.
No, well, what I'm saying is my part 1 isn't going to be a complete one. Because
how is it not a complete one? Because it's part 1. You've already watched the 12 episodes.
No, what I'm saying is,
did you watch the full 12 episodes?
Of course I did, but there's no ending.
We have seasons that have no endings. So you can't
which is why I can't give it a 10.
I'm not saying you have to give it a 10.
I'm basing it off of here.
Okay.
I'm basing it off of the 12 I saw.
Okay.
if I just take it as the first 12,
Right.
I'm giving it a 9.
Okay.
I would give it a 10, except it had no completion.
Okay.
Once we watch the second 12, I may change my overall score.
No.
But
This
as
is
just
the overall
12
score for
we
part
have,
1.
it's
You have
9.
an overall score for part 2. There is no like, but overall, no. You get a
Overall,
score
for season 1, it's probably going to be different.
Jesus Christ. Lord help me. CJ help me.
But for the first half of season 1 gets a 9.
Right. Part 1 gets a 9. I'm gonna give it an 8. There were some lackluster things about it. Obviously, I'm not a fan of open endings. The animation was good. There were a couple of points where I was kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it was kind of lacking personally a little bit. Not too great, not too grand. And there were some time skips in there, which I was not a fan of. They did nicely put it in there, but at the exact same time, realistically looking at it, it's like, why is this happening? Why are they like this? What is going on here with this? And it's like, oh, just because. It's like, all right, well, that's weird. Thank you. That's weird.
At least they told you.
Right. All right. So, next week, obviously, we're going to be talking about part 2 of Gate. And that's all the time that we have for today. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Until next time,
I appreciate you.
I'm Jack.
I'm Rick, and we'll see you next time.